So now we're coming back into the 24-hour VWAP, and this was the area in which last time they were shorting against it, and they had to get squeezed out. And the ones that are still in short, this is the first dip they're getting to get out for break even against the 22s. So I'm looking at this as a potential long setup if this does come back down into the 24-hour VWAP. So now we have back-to-back sell imbalances above this 28.5. 1 second. Above this level, so you have longs now who got stuck at bad prices. You have bad structure on the way up. There was no sell side volume done here. Most of the time this gets filled. You see these zeros and sixes. This most of the time gets filled back down because nobody had a chance to sell these prices. So at this point, I'm looking to get short, understanding that the longs here have gotten trapped at bad prices. The shorts have exited above this 28.5, and there's nobody else left to buy if these sell imbalances are going to hold. So I'm looking to get short at 28.5 or 28 around this zone with a 1.5 point stop for a pullback down into 25. Okay, so the structure got filled, and now we're back up VWAP. And on the flip side, if we flush, then we can take advantage of the flush and waiting for the selling to stop and the buyers to step back in with the buy and balance and go back long. Here's stops getting hit now. The stops are getting hit. If we can flush below, I'll get back long and fade their stops under VWAP. So you want to see the selling slow down and stall. You want to see the buy and balance, and then we go long with a stop below the buy and balance. And the overall bias on the day at this point in time is bullish. We had the flush and then straight up, so a lot of shorts now are stuck. We're going to cover on each dip. So here's the buy and balance. I have an order to buy at 22.75. Well, that sucks. I was talking, I didn't get filled. Might get filled now. I didn't get filled yet. I'm still waiting for the fill. I'm at 22.75. My stop is below 22, so 3 or 4 tick stop. Seems like I might not get filled. So I canceled it. We're already bouncing ahead of an order. I did not get filled. So at this point in time, I'm looking if he can come back down, flush more, and then have the selling slow down and stall, and have another buy and balance to go back long. That was unfortunate that I missed this long. I didn't get filled. I mean, I'm not going to chase the market and put the order higher. It messes up the risk reward. So I like to get in at prices where the reward to risk ratio is in my favor by over 2 to 1, because I like to be the house, not the player. So even if I lose half the time, I can still be profitable if the reward to risk is always in my favor. If I'm making 2 times my risk, if I'm making 2 times more than what I lose, I can still lose even 40% of the time and still be profitable because my expectancy is green long term with that type of risk management. So now with the bullish bias in mind, after this initial sell-off, we have lots of shorts who got short at bad prices who now need to cover and exit the market. So seeing this, how we're going above and below VWAP, how we snapped VWAP over here, we only snapped it by 1 point, reclaimed the buy and balance and pushed back over. At this point in time, I'm expecting the market to come back down to VWAP, test it again. If there's a buy and balance, I'll go long for the squeeze over the high of day, so I can get in with a 1 or 2 point stop for a 5 point plus target. So this is by understanding the context of the market. You have lots of shorts who are stuck at bad prices who now need to exit, and if we start to hold VWAP, which we already are, by the market showed its hand by snapping the VWAP and this is the 24-hour VWAP. It snapped it, it reclaimed it, and now it's pushing back over. And if it can hold above this VWAP, above everybody's average price, and starts to float back up, it can squeeze above 30 and push into the 32-35 breakdown zone, where then we'll flip short. So if we come back down with a buy and balance, if the selling stalls out, we get a buy and balance, I'll go long. I'll put my stop either underneath the buy and balance or below VWAP, and then I can ride this up into the high of day, understanding that the buyers are behind my back. The entire bias for the past 3 hours has been bullish, and coming into the close, you have lots of shorts who need to cover because they're underwater. So we didn't come down enough for me to personally be able to get long, because I like to have the reward to risk in my favor. So I can't buy it at 25s when it's when the invalidation point is below VWAP and below this swing low right here at 22.25. So I can't. I'm not okay with risking 3 points for a 5 to 6 point target. So this is not something that I would have taken over here. But if it did come back down low enough, I would have been long. It just did. Sometimes we just miss trades. And seeing this right now, this is no surprise. By understanding the context of the market today and the prior days, this comes as no surprise, because with today you have people who are shorting the market all day long in the morning, and when it squeezes against them, every dip they're going to be covering. And when they also see that the VWAP snapped and reclaimed, everybody who was short is now going to reconsider, because now if we start to hold above VWAP and squeeze into the close, and here we start to go, you have shorts who are reconsidering their positions coming into the close. I'm Pacific, so the close is at 1 p.m. And just everybody who is entering the market today is probably underwater, because when you see a sell-off like this, about 25 points in the morning, when you go from 30s down to 05s, everyone's mindset is going to be short all pops. So when they're shorting every single pop, and now we're holding above VWAP and it's pushing against them with 18 minutes left in the day, they have to make the tough decision of whether to cover or keep adding or holding while the market goes against them. And just all that buying pressure is going to be tough to overcome with no sellers in this market, really, because all the selling happened in the first hour or so.